I was about to
Welcome, everybody, into this exciting show today. My name is Oliver Nshom, and today we are going to be walking the word, and we are having an amazing guest here from the state of Maryland, and she's going to be sharing some amazing nuggets that she has acquired, and it's going to be exciting. So just show some love. Let's see some love on the chat box wherever you're watching us from. Indicate the state where you're watching, the country where you're watching, and the platform from which you are watching us from. So we are streaming live on Facebook, on LinkedIn, and of course on YouTube. So if you're watching from YouTube, come on, let us know that you're watching from YouTube. If it's from Facebook, come on, let us know. And if you're watching from LinkedIn, let us know, our own LinkedIn and Facebook friends and families. Come on, let us know. All right, just let us know where you're watching from, and then we are gonna start the car, and then we will not run, we'll fly. Awesome. So why we're getting ready. So Ellen, how you doing today?
I am doing well. How are you doing, Coach Oliver?
Yeah, I'm blessed. I'm doing well. Like you.
Thank you for
Great.
having me today.
Amen. I'm so blessed to have you here. It's an honor to have such a great woman, such a great entrepreneur, such a great speaker, such a great leader, such a great nation builder coach, and all the great things are in you. So it's
Thank
an
you.
honor and a privilege to have you here in this particular webinar today.
Thank you
So
for having me.
why our people are getting ready, so you have something to say why our people get ready, and I introduce you.
Well, I just wanted to say thank you for this opportunity. I don't take it for granted that we were connected back in the month of December, and we've had the opportunity to work within the last month, and just to be able to see how I have grown personally, but also how I have grown professionally, and having the chance to come join you, share some of the things that I've gone through my growth is absolutely a pleasure. So thanks again.
Oh, girl, I'm blushing, right? Thank you. You're welcome. And those who appreciate, those who give gratitude, they always get more. So I am therefore declaring that you shall have more.
Well, I am agreeing with you with the declaration.
Yeah. Oh, thanks so much. Great. I love the frame in your background. So, dear viewers, without any ado, while you're joining us, I would love to introduce to you our esteemed guest. So, our guest for today's podcast is Ellen Ubi. And who is Ellen? Ellen Obi is a healthcare educator, award-winning global servant leader. Did you hear that? Speaker and purpose discovery coach. Ellen is the proud founder of the Marcus and Patience Obi Foundation, an organization committed to advancing educational activities, empowering young girls, and providing essential resources to families in the Gambia. Through this work, she strived to make a lasting impact on communities by supporting education and fostering opportunities for growth and development. In addition to her healthcare career, Ellen is a purpose driven coach committed to helping millennial single Christian women live lives of purpose and resilience. Through her 10-week group coaching program, utilizing the SHINE framework, she guides her clients in discovering their God given potential and making a meaningful impact in their generations. Ellen's passion for event planning and coordination is reflected in her role as an event coordinator and Day of Wedding Coordinator, where she brings over a decade of experience to creating memorable and impactful events. So if you have an event coming up in the US, even in space or in the moon, get to Helen right now. So she thrives on the details a lot that ensure events are beautifully executed, leaving them and their guests with lasting memories, unforgettable memories, you know. And serving in ministry has been her calling from a young age, leading her to pursue certifications in ministry. And as a certified lay servant, she has honed her public speaking skills and embraced the opportunity to preach the word of God regularly at her local church and beyond in Maryland. In addition to her foundation's work, Ellen is an active member of the Women Who Win Africa organization, where she has gained invaluable insight and skills through their professional and personal development trainings. Her involvement with this dynamic network of women leaders has further fueled her passion for empowerment and global service. And of course, Ellen just completed a 1 month intensive personal development coaching program with me and the TOS company as a certified speaker. And not only that, as someone who is ready for paid speaking gig. Did you hear that? Paid national and international, and of course, global speaking gig. So if you're looking forward to get a speaker for your upcoming event, Ellen is your favorite speaker, especially when it comes to resilience and purpose discovery areas. So welcome once again, Ellen.
Thank you. Thank you for being here.
Great, great. So we want to start with tell us a little bit about your foundation. That is so exciting and so inspiring. So proud to know that that is what you're doing, touching lives of women here and the US behind, trying to help those young women to discover their potential. I really just love that. Tell us what inspired you that kind of organization.
Well, I think the question that you're asking me, because the call was broken a little bit, is regarding how I started the foundation, or is it the purpose discovery? If you can just repeat the question for me, please. Okay, well, while Coach Oliver is coming back on, I will share
Yeah.
my.
So what inspired you to begin your foundation?
Yeah. Okay.
I love the initiative behind the foundation.
So the Marcus and Patience Obby Foundation was founded back in 2021, but initially it started when I found my purpose after losing my mom from pancreatic cancer. One of the things that I was able to really focus on is creating and continue the legacy of not only my mother, who passed away in 2020, but also my father. And so, as we were going through the process of grief, as we were going through the process of finding out what are the next steps, and especially for me as the big sister, as the eldest, one of the things that I remember the pastor saying at the funeral is, Ellen, you have to continue your mom's legacy. And from that point on, that's where I now started thinking, how am I going to continue this legacy? And so, in honoring my father and my mother, I decided to focus on initiatives that they loved. They loved children, they loved education because that was the foundation they gave us with me and my siblings. And so that's where the Marcus and Obby Foundation was birthed, with educational initiatives, girls empowerment, and community is very important. I grew up in community. I grew up with my parents, my aunties, my uncles, my cousins, and the community helped to raise us. So that's how the foundation was birthed.
Great. Thank you so much for sharing that. It is also good for our guests to know about that. And I really appreciate that you share that. Congratulations, Ellen. Great job. So
Thank
we're looking at creating from your 1 month public speaking experience. And I just want to make it very clear to our guests that the public speaking industry has been rated in the USA as the 500 million plus US dollars industry. Wow. Did you hear that? That's a lot. And right now, as we talk, there are a lot of people who have retired, who are resigning from their own professions and getting and heading into the speaking industry because it is a lot, and there is a lot of possibilities and growth opportunities in this particular industry. And one of the things that you need to do to stand out as a speaker in this industry is to be innovative, is to be unique, to be bringing a unique message to your audience. And our mission at the TOS community is to help you now to focus on the delivery while we do the marketing and the strategies to be able to get the gigs for you. And so Ellen UB has just been one of our clients recently that she signed up for the 1 month internship coaching program. And going through the program together with Ellen, it was so fun. And she actually experienced a total transformation after the 1 month program. And again, Helen, just let us know how was the experience going through the 4 weeks, 12 sessions, 1 month.
One of the things I have to say, I am a lifelong learner. And part of being a lifelong learner is being intentional with professional growth, professional development. And in 2025, that was one of my goals. How do I invest in my public speaking skills? How do I enhance the skills? But more importantly, how do I get someone who can help me, who can walk the walk, talk the talk, and help me to be able to be everything that I am looking to receive? And so it was a great experience. One of the things that I loved about being a part of the training is the role playing. Because as an educator, you have students that have different learning styles. You have students who may be visual learners. And so I appreciated the opportunity of us not only having the role playing, but also with Coach Oliver being able to share insight, give me tools that I can not only say, okay, well, I'm going to write it in my notes in my journal, but tools that I can use and implement in my regular everyday talks. Part of it also included resources, videos for me to watch, study, implement, books that he recommended for me to read, and not only read the books, study the books, and then also implement the information that were in the book. So those were some of the areas that I enjoyed while taking the coaching program.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Helen. That was brilliant. The way we designed this program is actually to help aspiring speakers, and especially people who are new into the industry or people who are old, but again, they have a hard time trying to get speaking gigs, which there are many of them out there. And so you're actually speaking the language of the TOS community, walking the talk and, walking the word. So you are that kind of person that when you want to take action, you just go take it. But you were taking the action, you took the action. Why a lot of people are waiting to take action, they're waiting, you just took the action. And you're like, okay, whatever happened, let it happen. You've taken the action. That's amazing momentum. What actually prompted you to do that? We have a lot of people right now in the world. They know that this is what they want, but I bet you they are doing nothing to get that thing that they want. And because of that, the world is making moves, the world keeps on moving, and some of them are stagnant in one place and sees like, I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. And they keep on procrastinating. But again, you didn't hesitate. You just like, this is what I want, so I'm going for it. So what makes you to just sign into it, despite the fact that some people are still hesitating and wondering? But again, this is you've done with the trading and you're moving forward to doing your speaking gigs around the US and around the world. So what was that thing that sparked in you and you just took the action instead of procrastinating and replanning again and again?
That thing was called intentionality. I made up my mind that the next step in being able to go to the next level with my speaking engagements, which opportunities to be able to share my story, is to be intentional. I can't wish, oh, I wish I had the funds to do it. I can't think, well, maybe later on I will go ahead and do it. I was being intentional. This is what I wanted. And then I had to take the action.
Mm.
I had to take the action of being able to do a discovery call with Coach Oliver and then making a decision whether or not the coaching program was in alignment to what my goals and what my values were concerning my next level. And with that first step of intentionality was what drove me now to say, you know what? I'm making a commitment. And that's the thing, intentionality and commitment, because even with that 1 month, I had to be intentional, but I
Yep.
also make the commitment to say, okay, this is the time that we're going to meet
Yep.
and no excuses. If I'm not at home, if I'm in the car, and I remember that Coach Oliver, there was a time that I was out of town for my birthday, and we still met in my car.
Yeah, like it was like crazy, you know. I'm
Exactly.
like, wow,
That
you're really
once
good, you
there
know.
is connectivity, we are gonna meet. So for me, it was the intentionality, but also the commitment of following through. And I think that's sometimes the problem. People may start, but they may not finish. So being able to finish also was very important for me.
Wow, that was so powerful. You remind me of the book Finishing Strong, you know, that's powerful. It's not about starting but finishing. And I remember the day you traveled to Virginia
Yes.
and when it was time for our session and we're like, okay, you jump in, you're like, okay, let's go. I'm in the car driving, but it's okay, keep on going. I'm like, okay, that's interesting. So you see, intentionality is very important. That's one thing that people need to know. um let's stop talking and start doing, because the world is not changed or being changed by talkers. You know, the world is changed by doers. So let's minimize the talking and maximize the action. You know, and it's so powerful how you just came in. You know, one of the things I do in my coaching program, I don't pressurize people. You know, I don't run behind you. If you're for it, you're for it. If you're not for it, that's okay. You know, I'm not the kind of person or coach that I send people emails, follow up, you know, call. I don't do that. And I don't do that because I don't, if you want it, then go for it, you know. And I've always had the right people, because the people that sign in for my coaching program and getting paid speaking gigs, they are not people who I pressurize them to do that. They just do it like, Oliver, I want to do it. And then they just come and do it. And you're just one of them. And congratulations. And so there is this principle that is so powerful in psychology. I learned this from one of my mentors in China, in India. You know, your vibes attracts your tribes. I don't know. I'm sure that's some of the things we discuss in the course of the mentorship, the coaching program. Your vibes attracts your tribe. I will explain again. So the way you behave when you're signing in for other people's program is the same way people behave when they're signing in for your own programs. It's a little bit like law of attraction, you know. Yeah, the mindset that you have will attract the people with the same mindset. You get. And so if you're that kind of person that you're always trying to negotiate people's fees and prices and like, why don't you give a discount and all of that, that is the same thing your clients will always do to you whenever you are trying to market something or to sell something. And that attitude, that intentionality that you came in with, you know, Ellen, was so amazing. And I want to really assure you that that is the same thing that will happen to you, to your own business. You know, people who come in will just be people who are ready and they're intentional to get it. So I
Yeah.
bet you majority of your students will always be people who are ready, because that is your vibes. And so your vibes will always attract your tribe. So the tribe that you're building will have that kind of mindset and kind of mentality that you got. So
Yeah.
congratulations. So tell us, let's know, what was the aha moment, that moment in the coaching program that actually was like a spark to you, and you're like, this is what I went in for, and I'm excited I got it. what was the day? What was the session? Which session was that? And which of the 12 sessions, and what happened?
I think for me, my aha moment happened when we were able to identify my speaking style, but also what areas of speaking. Naturally, I'm a motivational type of a individual. Usually people will come to me whether they need a word of support, a shoulder to lean on. So I've always been somebody who helps to make people feel better, right? And so the day that we were having the session where I was able to identify what type of speaker I am, the speaking style, so motivational. And then the topics, one of the things that we were talking about is purpose. So, purpose discovery, I went through my own purpose discovery journey. Another area is resilience, because at the age of 21, my father passed away unexpectedly in the Gambia. And as I stated before, I'm the eldest of four. So, imagine being 21 years old in the United States, getting the news that your dad is gone in the Gambia. So imagine the responsibilities that I now have to carry. And so one of the topics is resilience, because I had to be resilient to be able to now put my dreams aside, put my vision aside to now focus on my mom and my three siblings. And then having to talk about change and adaptability. So when we had that session, and it reminded me that my entire being from inception has been who God had created me, but how he has placed me in places and spaces, whether it's in my family, whether it's in corporate, where at 35 years old, I was the youngest manager for a local hospital, managing their first standalone imaging center, or whether it's being in a place and a space where I have to now create something to benefit other people. So I think when we had that session, that's when the light bulb moment came as to yes, my life events, my experiences, my skills have all helped me to encompass who I am, what I can say, and how I can say it to impact the lives of others.
Wow, I love that, Ellen. That was really so touching. Thank you for that. And again, you've been so resilient. You've been very hard work, been like the firstborn, been like the leader in your family, and still signing in for this kind of a program. Like it tells us how resilient and how focused you are in your desire to achieve your goals, and you definitely achieve those goals. You would definitely do that because you're hardworking, you're focused, you're resilient, and you're determined to get that, and you definitely get that. So that was a big one there. Great. So some people are watching us. Lamino Jambonato. Oh, great, great. From LinkedIn. Hi, Jobanato. Wow, that's a great name there. Hi. Then Fonyoy Katrine Lenyoy is watching from Facebook. Hi, Katrine. Hope you're doing great. And thank you so much, ladies, for joining us in this conversation. So, Ellen, tell me a little bit, tell us a little bit, um, you finished with the program. You did all your assignments. By the way, congratulations for submitting all your assignments and your pre-assignment. So there was something we did before we started the coaching program. There was a series of assignments you had to complete, and I know that was a little bit challenging for you. Maybe, just maybe, you had to do all those assignments and then submit them, before the proper coaching program needed to start. So was there something that actually inspired you, that triggered you, something that actually that you learned just from the assignment you had to do to submit before we begin the coaching program?
Well, I believe that part of that pre-work is not only for you as my coach to know me as an individual, but also to be able to curate something that's going to help me to be able to fully receive everything that we talk about when we meet. Just like how you were able to create the overview of what the model, what the framework was going to be whenever we meet. So I think receiving that pre-work, having the opportunity and the ability to answer those questions was not only me sharing about myself, but also you being able to say, okay, well, how can I craft this coaching program that's going to be able to help me to better be the speaker that you would help me to be.
Great. I love that. And I'm happy that today you are already having your one page sheet, speaker's sheet. That's amazing.
Yeah.
And again, I was excited when you shared with me the speaking opportunity you had in Washington, that you were applying for in Washington. Did you finally apply for the gig in Washington?
Yes.
Oh, great.
I'm just waiting
Um,
for a response.
oh, I love that. So I cannot wait to get that feedback. That's amazing. And so because you sign in for the coaching program here, you'll be speaking this month, uh, on the 23rd of this month in Minnesota. We cannot wait to have you in our stage in Minnesota. So how do you feel, just because of your signing in the coaching program for 1 month, you ended up having a speaking gig, in the USA? How did you feel when you heard about that, and how you feeling right now, even as you polish up your keynotes to fly over to Minnesota to be one of our speakers in the Talks event?
Well, I'm excited. Part of the reason why I'm excited is because now I am on a platform where I can share my story, where I can also share insight, share information that will help people to maybe recognize themselves in whatever story I may be sharing or whatever tool I may be sharing on the stage, experiences. So I'm excited for this opportunity to be able to be on a platform, not just on social media, but be on a live stage where I can see the people, I can engage with the people, and then make an impact.
Wow, it sounds like you are seeing yourself living your dream. It's
Yes.
like, that speaker you dream when you were 21, 20, when you were 25 and 30 and all of that. You're seeing yourself into that dream. And of course, it came with sacrifices, it came with hard work, it came with determination, it came with focus, it came with resilience, with greed, and all of that. And you've been paying the dues, and that's pretty good. So let us know, what can you tell, to the people watching us right now, that they would love to go through a similar journey, like going through a coaching program that can help them to get the speaking gigs that they're looking for, and strategies to getting not only speaking gigs but paid speaking gigs. So what do you have to say to those who will be signing up, after your own session, for those who looking forward to do that?
Well, first thing I would say is you have to decide. You have to decide today. You have to decide now. You can't say, okay, well, I'll think about it and I'll do it tomorrow. I'll think about it and I'll do it next week, or I'll do it next month. Make a decision in investing in your growth, and you will absolutely receive a return for your investment in your personal growth. And then you have to make time, because personal development and growth requires sacrifice. So
Mhm.
you have to sacrifice your time. You have to sacrifice those things that may be comfortable in order for you to be able to be successful. And then the third thing I would say, enjoy the time. One of the things that I love about being a part of Coach Oliver's program is that there was always excitement about what's the next new thing I'm going to learn. One of the things he always said before we start, what are you expecting from this session? Right?
Mhm.
And so for me, it's having the excitement to say, you know what? I'm going to learn something new today that's going to add to my journal, but I'm not just going to keep it on my journal. I'm going to use it and implement it. Even as I was stating earlier, resources. One of the books that he recommended that I start reading, and mind you, I was given the homework to start reading the book before we started the session.
Mhm.
And so one of those books have allowed me to receive so much wisdom and help me to learn so much that I am going to implement it not only for my upcoming talk next week, but even as I preach the word at my local church and other churches and events. And so if you want to do it, don't hesitate. No excuses. Make the sacrifice. Make up your mind. Take the time. And you, like me, will be ready to share your story to so many people.
Great. Amen. I feel like saying amen. It sounded like a prayer. Amen. Okay, I love that. Somebody says that the greatest investment you can ever do in life is in your personal development. Any investment you do on yourself can never be wasted, can never fail to you. In fact, if you invest in any other business and any other whatever service, it might fail you. But when you invest in yourself, it's always guaranteed 100% return on investment. And so what that means is that another person says that if you don't learn to empty your bags and feed your mind, you will never, ever depend on your mind to succeed in life. And what that means is that we must learn to empty our pockets. And at times we need to empty our accounts, our bank accounts, to fill the one upstairs. Because when this guy is good, every other thing is good.
Yeah.
And so the challenge is, if you leave the US today and travel to Africa, and travel to Europe, to Asia, and you have nothing with you, and you just have to start afresh, new life, what are you going to do to survive? You don't need to take anything from you or with you. You just have to be yourself. Do you have enough knowledge, enough wisdom, enough idea, enough strategies and framework, to be able to start a business? It could be speaking, it could be coaching, it could be mentoring that can be able to fund your bills, to help you to navigate paths and patterns that you never have thought about because you invest in yourself. So that's the challenge. So I don't preach what I don't practice. You know me. Like, I don't preach what I don't practice. That's, if I don't do it, I won't say it. I will keep it. When I start doing it, that's when I will talk about it. So I have spent millions upon millions on my personal development. In fact, I bought this suit. I bought them. All of the stuff here. And again, I have paid mentors. I am so blessed to have some of the best coaches in the world and the best mentors in the speaking industry. And one of my coaches in the speaking industry is the immediate past president of the Global Speakers Federation, Charlotte Kem. And I pay Charlotte for any coaching program, any speaking gig I have to do. But most of the time, I have a coaching session with Charlotte, and I pay her. I pay her to coach me. And so what I'm doing, what I'm asking, what you did to me is, it's not like I don't do it. I do it to other people, and that is a chain, and that's a network. And so because you're doing it and I'm doing it, that's why people come and do it to us. And that is still what we call your vibes attracting your tribe. So the people that will come to buy from you, they're always going to attract your energy, your positivity, your mindset. And that is why who you learn from matters a lot. Because we are learning from somebody who's not practicing what he is teaching. I mean, like that energy, that spirit, there's always a spirit behind everything. Do you believe that? This phone, there's a spirit behind this Samsung, right? There's a spirit behind this microphone. There's a spirit behind this pen. There's a spirit behind everything. It means that when you buy something, at times you're not buying that thing, you're buying the spirit of the person behind that thing you are buying. When you're buying a Tesla car, you're not just buying the Tesla car to have an experience, you're buying the spirit of Elon Musk behind that car. You get. So when you're buying, a private jet, when you're traveling through a particular airline, you're buying the experience behind the spirit behind that airline. So it means that when you're signing in for a coaching program or a mentorship program, there is a spirit of the coach or of the mentor that you are buying. And if that spirit is a spirit of go get it, resilience, adaptability, impact, result, innovation, you would definitely get that spirit. And that's why, it's very important for you to always take time and reflect and meditate and choose who is coaching you, who is mentoring you, who is teaching you carefully, because there is always a spirit behind. Ellen, I was amazed. Last year, there was I was doing a training in Africa, in Cameroon, my home country, and there was a lady in Texas who sent her daughter for me to train, and I asked her, why is she doing that? And she told me that I'm sending this child after she had her bachelor degree to you to train in public speaking because I love your spirit. You have this spirit of resilience, of focus, of determination. And that is the spirit I want my daughter to have. Yeah, I was really surprised. And she was right. She was correct. And today the daughter is doing amazing things after her 3 months training in public speaking. She's doing great. Hey, Success Boring, welcome. Sika Elijah, oh my God, on point. Long time, my brother. Welcome. Kelly Baby, oh my God, greetings, Kelly Baby. That's a nice name there, Kelly Baby. Great. So, what's the way forward, Ellen? Like, what's the way forward? I cannot wait to be celebrating your wins in your newfound career of professional speaking. Remember, you're not a public speaker, but you're a professional speaker. So what's the way forward? How many speaking gigs do you have this 2025 on your belt? Or what are you planning to do, like in terms of gigs?
Well, I have a big goal.
Oh yeah,
I have a big goal. So one of the things that we discussed was, what are my public speaking goals? How many stages do I want to be in, whether it's virtually or whether it's in person?
Yeah.
And we discussed that I want to be on 30 stages, whether it's virtually or whether it's in person, and I'm ready. I'm ready to conquer those.
Power to the people.
Yes.
Wow. 30, like 10, 20, 30.
Yes.
Wow.
30.
30, like.
Yes.
That's amazing. And this is you're launching your career in 2025, and your goal is to do 30 speaking gigs, both virtual and in live or in person. That's amazing.
Yes.
I love, that's a challenging goal, It's amazing. I asked a colleague, he speaking gigs and all of that. And so I was so amazed with sharing with my colleagues and all of that. And so when it was my turn, they're like, how many speaking gigs do you want to do this year? I'm like, yes. 100. And they're like, 100? I'm like, yeah, sure. and they're like, how you gonna get 100 speaking gigs per year, Oliver? And in fact, you're barely just 6 months old in the US, and 100. I'm like, yeah, it's possible. But there's something that many people miss out, Ellen. When you declare something, the universe, the Holy Spirit, God, whatever you call it, me, I call it God. He brings you the people, the ideas, the opportunities your way, and you get them. Imagine, yesterday I was discussing with one of my mentors, and I never asked him for any speaking gig, and he just gave me 2 speaking gigs this week and next week.
Wow.
2.
That's amazing.
I didn't call him for that. But again, my target is 3 speaking gigs every week, 12 in the month, and all of that. And so when you declare it, it comes to pass, because people begin to sense that energy, that vibration. You begin to vibrate with people who are bringing you the gigs, and you're like, oh my God, I want to do 3 this week. I already got 3. I wanted to do 2 this week. I've already got 2. 12 this month, I already got them. That is how they begin to happen. But it happens because you declared. So I am saying that December 31st of December, this year, God willing, and I'm sure God will, we are going to be celebrating your 30 speaking gigs for 2025. And hopefully we'll be celebrating 30 speaking gigs and 100 speaking gigs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Making 130 speaking gigs in the community. That's amazing. So, ladies and gents, if you're out there and you're listening to us right now, and you have been saying on the mark, set, on the mark, set, on the mark, set, and you're not hitting the go button, come on, hit that go button right now. And let's go. it is amazing, and you don't want to miss this experience, right? So it is time for us to hit the go button. It is time for us to hit the go button, and that is why, uh, right now we have to do that. We have to hit the go button, and it is time for us to do that. So let's hit the go button, guys, and let's go. Let us hit the go buttons and go. So I wanted to hit the rocket, and I wanted to hit the rocket. So we're hitting the rocket right now to go. And so if you're here, and maybe you feel like you're not ready to speak yet. There are a lot of people like that, Helen. There are some people that are like, no, I'm not sure I can speak. That imposter syndrome mindset.
Yes.
That I'm not sure. Instead of asking, I'm not sure. Instead of saying I'm not sure, say it like my friend Joe Fingerprint. How can I? Change the question from I can to be how can I? Yeah, how can I? You're welcome, Maxaline, Akiambom, and Mu Charlotte. Amazing. How can I? Stop saying I can't. Because the more you say you can't, you can never do it. But you start saying, how can I? Don't bother how you're going to get that. Just say, how can I? Then go to bed. Sleep. By the time you get up the next morning, you will know exactly how you can. Your unconscious mind has a way of working out things for you. When you just give the challenge to your unconscious mind and then go to bed, by the time you get to at times, it has done the job. And there you have the solutions to the problem. It may be you want to sign up for the coaching program, 1 month coaching program we have at Talks, and you're like, how can I be able to raise $1,500 for a 1 month coaching program? No, you don't need to ask that. You just need to ask yourself, how can I do this? And then give yourself time, 1 day to 24 hours, 1 week. Your brain is going to generate ideas on how you can do that. And that's how it works. That times, you think that Helen knows how he's going to get 30 speaking gigs this year? Do you know how? So the point is, you will get them, but the question you need to ask is, how can I get them? And that is the same question I ask myself. How can I get 100 speaking gigs, in 2025? And the truth is that I'm just getting the speaking gigs every week. I have like 3, this week, this is Tuesday. I already have 2 for this week, and I'm just needing 1, just one, just one, just one. So if you are holding that one, please bring it to me. Just 1, only 1, not 2, not 3, just 1. So that is the mindset. So we have to believe. What made Elon Musk to become the richest man in the world? He had to dare, he had to believe, he had to trust the process. And so if you're here in this call today, I just want to challenge you and inspire you and encourage you to trust the process. If you don't think big, if you don't believe big, you will never get big. You can only get what you believe. Bet you me, you can quote me anywhere. You can only get what you believe. So if you believe small, that's what you will get. And then if you believe big, that's what you will get. So you only get to the measurement that you measure it. So if I was you, I'm going to measure big. Somebody says you need to aim for the moon, so that if you miss the moon, you can get the sun. Is that the moon or the sun? Okay. You need to aim be higher, so that if you don't go as high as you want to go, at least you get somewhere higher and closer to where you wanted to go. And that's how the universe operates, and that's how the mind works. So it's good. You should just set bigger goals. So we are not here to teach you how to set goals. If you want to learn how to set goals, join us on Sunday at the Christ Community, SSO, Minnesota, for our workshop of goal setting. We're not here to teach you public speaking. If you want to learn how to speak and how to get paid speaking gig, join us on the 23rd in Minneapolis, Brookview Pathway X, Minneapolis, for our upcoming event on public speaking and paid speaking gigs, and on paid speaking gigs, and national speaking, international speaking, and global speaking. So, Ellen, what are you going to be talking about on the 23rd, and why that topic?
Well, I will be talking about purpose discovery.
Woo.
And part of my talk is, like I stated before, my purpose discovery journey, because it's so important for us to understand why we were created, but more importantly, are we operating in what it is that we were created to do? And so I'm excited to be able to share Purpose Discovery. I will be giving my framework.
And what's the name of your framework?
I'm going to keep it a secret. So we will have to we will have to be in the room in order to be able to
There we go.
But we may have to do a after conference talk for those who may not be able to make it to Minnesota, so we can have discussion about it. But yeah, I'm excited about it.
Great. There we go. So if you're not in Minnesota, if you're in Minnesota, you have to get a ticket. And again, the event is free for aspiring speakers. That's good news. It's absolutely free for aspiring speakers. So if you're an aspiring speaker and you're currently in the US, if you're in Texas, you're in Michigan, you're in Washington, if you are in Florida, Virginia, New York, Maryland, get your tickets ready right now. And let's all converge on the 23rd, that's a Sunday, 1 to 4 p.m. at the Brookview Pathway X Minneapolis Conference Center as we discover this speaking secret, where our guest speaker, one of our guest speakers, Ellen Ubi, will be sharing her purpose discovery framework. You don't want to miss that one. So especially if you have not discovered your purpose, you have to be part of this event. And of course, in the event, we're going to be having another amazing motivational speaker or inspirational speaker, Sig Muller. And Sig Muller died some weeks ago and came back to life. True story. So he died in the hospital, and he died for 8 minutes and then came back. So when he came back, he said, "You are the best of yourself." So he immediately came back. The words came to his mind, and the doctors were telling him that this is what you were saying. You were saying before you died. And so he was like, that's a message that he came with to the world. And so Sig is going to be giving his keynotes on the 23rd of February in Minnesota. And so if you want to be part of this life-changing event, you want to be part of this transformation, you want to be part of this experience, we are inviting you wherever you are around the US right now, wherever you are around the Minnesota right now, to get your ticket. You just need to comment, "I need a ticket," on the chat session, and our technical team will get you the link where you can register yourself to be part of this unprecedented event. And of course, we're going to be launching Talks as a company, where Talks is an event organizing. We do a lot of speakers bureau, so we bring speakers and event planners together on the same platform. And so if you're good as a speaker, this is an opportunity for you to sign up into Talks. And of course, just like we've given Helen 1 month free, if you're part of this event, you can also have a 1 month free subscription for your first month, even as you have an experience in the platform. And if that is good for you, maybe you love to stay with us in the Talks platform. So, Ellen, any last words for our viewers?
I would just want to say, do not delay on taking your public speaking skills to the next level, because your story has a great opportunity to be an impact to those that are around you. So I would say, don't be on the fence, just do it. You definitely will be happy that you made this decision. That's it.
I love that. Thank you so much, Ellen. I love that. Your story, I used to say your story is your capital. So you have to make good use of that capital. You don't need to look for capital anywhere. Your story is already your capital, like Ellen was saying. And so that is it. So our coaching program, we have a 1 month coaching program, a 3 month coaching program, and a 6 month coaching program. So if you're interested in any of the coaching programs, you can get back to us on that platform you're watching us from. You can send me an email. You can shoot me with an email on talktooliver77@gmail.com. talktooliver77@gmail.com, and then we're going to get back to you and move forward from there. And thank you so much, everybody. And you're looking for a speaking opportunity, for to be trained, you want to be trained as a speaker, you're welcome to the same email as we will send you our outline. Of course, thank you, Irene Zion. Good evening, sir, watching from Bamenda. Oh, watching from homeland. Beautiful. And of course, this was one of the earliest students we trained in public speaking by then, some years ago. And Irene is a great speaker. So hopefully, we're going to be connecting again in the nearest future, God willing, Irene. God bless you, everybody, for signing in for this particular webinar. And that was how we saw it for today. And as we draw the curtains for this particular one, we're looking forward for another rendezvous on Friday, same time, 12 noon Central Standard Time, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and 7 p.m. West African Time Zone. So if that is the case for you, if you are still on your screen, on your computer, in front of your, behind your computer screen or behind your phone, then it means that we are still live and we are shutting down from the studios right now. And we're wishing you a wonderful rest of the week and your beautiful family, wherever you are. That was it. So thank you so much, and we look forward to having you again. And welcome on board to the Talks community as we roll up the train. Bye-bye. Thank you so much, Ellen, for coming up. God bless you and everybody who has watched it. Just as I say, thank you so much. Lamino, thank you for your Catherine. Thank you, Success. Boring. Thank you, Sake. Larger. Thank you, Kelly Baby. Kelly Baby. Thank you, Maxine and Campbell. Thank you, Mo, Charlotte. Thank you, Kelly Baby. Okay, Irene Zion. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you. And for those who be watching after this, thank you for watching after this. And see you on Friday.
Thank you for having me.
Bye.